Ladies and gentlemen, I came here today not to comfort you, but to confront you, not to soothe your ego, but to shake your soul awake. Because there are people in this room watching this message, living in chains you cannot see, but you feel them every single day. Chains called opinions, chains called approval, chains called fear of judgment. You are not free, not because the world is strong, but because you keep handing your power away. Every time you hesitate, every time you shrink, every time you silence your purpose, because what will they think? You are burying destiny alive. And I came to tell you, heaven did not design you to be a prisoner of public opinion. You were not created to be a reflection of crowds. You were created to be a voice in the wilderness. So hear me clearly, stop caring what people think, and I don't say that lightly. I say it like a trumpet blast in your spirit. Because too many of you are living edited lives, filtered lives, curated lives. You laugh when you don't feel like laughing. You agree when your soul is screaming no. You shrink your dreams so they don't intimidate small minds. And every time you do that, you betray the assignment God placed on your life. Do you understand? You are not just dealing with insecurity, you are dealing with identity confusion. Because the moment you care more about applause than obedience, you stop walking in truth and start performing for validation. But I came to break something off you today. The fear of man is a trap. Scripture says the fear of man brings a snare. A trap, and some of you are caught in it right now. You are living like prisoners in invisible cages built from comments, opinions, gossip, and expectations that were never yours to carry. Let me tell you something. Every great man and woman in history had to choose one moment. Will I please people or will I obey purpose? And I need you to understand this. The moment you start living for people's approval, you start dying to your potential. You were not called to be understood by everybody. You were called to be faithful to your assignment. Stop waiting for everyone to clap for you before you move. Stop waiting for permission from people who never built anything in their life. Stop shrinking your calling because someone might misunderstand your growth. Because hear me, misunderstanding is part of elevation. Criticism is part of calling. Opposition is proof you are not stagnant. You think they hated you because you were wrong? No, sometimes they hate you because you stopped agreeing with your own limitations. And I feel this deep in my spirit. Some of you are one decision away from freedom. One decision away from peace. One decision away from finally breathing without fear. But you keep asking, what will they say? And I'm asking you, since when did they become God over your destiny? You are waiting for approval from people who are still figuring out their own life. You are letting insecure voices define secure purpose. That is not humility, that is captivity. God never anointed you to be popular. He anointed you to be effective. There will come a moment when you must stand like a lion and say, I will not shrink anymore. I will not apologize for my growth. I will not negotiate my purpose. Because when God calls you forward, not everyone can go with you, and not everyone deserves an explanation. Stop rehearsing conversations in your head with people who are not even assigned to your next season. You are too focused on faces and missing destiny. I need you to wake up. The graveyard is full of dreams that died because someone cared too much about opinions. But today is a line in the sand. You are not going to live small anymore. You are not going to think small anymore. You are not going to apologize for being chosen, called, and set apart. Let them talk. Let them misunderstand. Let them walk away, because what God is building in you does not require their approval. It requires your obedience. And when you finally stop caring what people think, you will finally start becoming who you were meant to be.